Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the PlayStation 4. So today is the 29th, which is pretty much the first official day of the PlayStation 4, even though I kind of started using it late last night at midnight. I did go to a midnight release. It wasn't a really big event because, as you guys know, I don't necessarily live in a big town or anything, but in a way it is also easier for me to get my PlayStation 4, not that much of a queue where I was going to. And here's the box in case you guys are wondering. I have an unboxing video of it, which we will be playing in a couple of seconds here. Yeah, I did go to the PlayStation 4 event thing, if that thing can even be called an event, which was basically one of the stores opened up at midnight. Unlike some of the stories that I heard from all across the United States and whatnot, the launch event on the store that I went to was, yeah, not that great. As you guys are aware, if you guys saw my latest, one of the videos where I mentioned all this stuff about PlayStation 4, if you guys saw that particular video, you guys are aware that I did have to buy the Killzone Shadowfall edition because it was the only console that they could guarantee me for day one, which turned out it was a bunch of crap because there was more than enough consoles for everyone, and they refused to switch my pre-order because I had already put a down payment. So basically, if you made a pre-order and you didn't place a down payment, you could have switched to your console, like you could have switched from a Killzone edition to a regular edition. But in my case, since I did make a down payment, because nobody told me that, oh, you can also pre-order it and we'll guarantee you the console without a down payment. So I was like, so whatever. I was not very pleased with that, if I'm to be completely honest. So I was already kind of jaded, but this is not related to Sony or PlayStation in any way. This is basically the guys who I bought the console from, which was MediaMarkt in Portugal, which I actually believe this is like a German company or something, whatever. But it's in Portugal they're called MediaMarkt, and they were the ones where I bought my console. And like I said, the experience was not that great. Not to mention that the pre-orders turned out to be such a complex thing that, like, I think there were like 30 or 40 people to get the console. And I was lucky enough because as soon as they started saying, does anyone have a pre-reservation, like people were just looking at stuff. I'm like, yep, I got one. Just straight on ahead. And I was like number 3 in line or something. But after the line started forming behind me, there was like 40 people in line. And considering they took like, I don't know, 20 minutes or something, I was third in line. It took like 20 minutes to actually get my order through and everything processed. And I was like, I made a pre-reservation and all this other crap, and it still took this long for them to get stuff right. At least I got like a 10 euro discount out of the whole thing, but still I was paying like 40 euros more than I should have paid because I didn't really want Killzone. But again, I'm just ranting with my own personal experience. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try and stick to other facts. So either way, that was like my launch event kind of thing. Then I came home, me and a friend of mine who was with me at the launch event, and we did the unboxing. Now, the unboxing is going to be post-commentary because I was with my friend. We were both just like checking out the box and whatnot. So I'm going to play the unboxing clip now, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Okay, so here we go, unboxing the PlayStation 4 Killzone Shadowfall Edition. First, you got to get rid of the of those little stripes there, and my cat was having a seizure for whatever reason. I had to move it away. Either way, I actually don't like those straps very much, to be honest, because the outside box is already damaged. If you actually look on the left, right, and top, you will see that those little strap things kind of damage the box art. And to be completely honest, this particular box art is just a shell, because the real stuff is actually on the inside of this kind of box that you guys see right now. The box itself is actually pretty slim, which I thought was kind of weird. I thought the box was going to be a little bit bigger, but I guess the PlayStation 4 really is pretty damn small when you take it into account, especially if you compare it with the Xbox One, because the Xbox One is a goddamn huge brick, whereas the PlayStation 4 is definitely not that big. So at this point, I'm just trying to remove the inside casing. As you guys can see there's nothing left inside the art box. Let's just call this one the art box. It's the artsy box. It's the shiny box. So we're going to just leave that over there off to the side. You guys can see that little acrylic thing that they gave me when I went to the event at the place in Portugal. So this still had a little bit more of stuff that you had to open down there. And finally, we opened the case and we're greeted with the PlayStation 4, the controller, and a couple of manuals. And I like the fact that it's very simplistic. So these are the manuals. There's some more manuals and leaflets and pamphlets down there. I was actually just spinning this to make sure that you guys see the way that it would be if you were the ones unboxing it. So as you can see there, the controller. And the controller is actually slightly heavier than the DualShock 3 controller, and it feels a lot more sturdy, and it just feels great. It's just overall, it is an extremely superior controller to the DualShock 3, in my personal opinion. Here we have the unit itself. I will be removing it from the plastic, just not yet. I was just trying to be very careful. Obviously, you don't want to damage this this piece of equipment as soon as you're getting it out of the box. So there we go. Removing the stuff that keeps it in place. We will be taking it out of the plastic, don't worry. Here's Killzone Shadowfall. Like I said, I bought the Killzone Shadowfall edition, despite the fact I didn't really need Killzone Shadowfall because I already have the review code for it, but what the hell. And then we have a couple of manuals there. Now you guys might be thinking there might be codes in there or something. Nope, nothing. There are no codes. So I don't even know how the 14 days of PlayStation Plus is supposed to work because I didn't get the benefit from any of it. I guess it's a trial for those who don't have it, but either way, there's a support number in case your console bricks or something. I guess you can call there and they can tell you all about how they're sorry about it, which wasn't my case. Like I said, my console is working fine. We also have an assortment of cables here, which we will go over each and every one of those individually. There's nothing else left in that box. That's why I showed it for the camera. Okay, so the very first thing, we got the headset. It's not really a headset. It's just kind of like a microphone type thing with one ear. I haven't really tested that one out yet. I need to do that for a future video, for a more detailed video that I'm going to do about the PlayStation 4, because this is just early impressions and unboxing, really. So here we have, this is the USB cable, which in case you're wondering, it is not compatible with your previous cable from the PlayStation 3 because that is actually a USB 3.0. I think it's a 3.0 at least. It's definitely a different. It's definitely different from the previous one. So I'm trying to remove that other cable out of the box. Now this is just your power cord, so it's pretty standard. You can use your previous PlayStation 3 one if you have it already set up. It works just fine. And it comes with an HDMI cable, which the PlayStation 3 did not. The one that I purchased anyways did not come with an HDMI cable, so it's definitely good to see that they are starting to come up to these consoles with HDMI cables, which is obviously a lot better than component, although the PlayStation 4 obviously does not support component or AV or any of those other technologies, just HDMI, and that's that. So now let's remove the plastic. And I already knew about this, but I was still a little bit disappointed. Well, I wasn't disappointed. I already expected it. I'm just saying I don't really like the glossy portion of it. Because, I mean, I barely even touched the console. Like, you'll see me, like, touch it on the side there, on the glossy end, so that I can pick it up. There, you see me? Just the fact that I put my hand like that on the side, it was already like all spotted and stuff. You got your connections back there. You got your basic stuff. I will be giving you a detailed, like a detailed video on those. But yeah, and yes, it does wobble a little bit, as you can see there, if you press it on one of the ends. Either way, this is the unboxing. Stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay, now before we go any further into this video, I would just like to say that a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about now is in regards to the European, or more specifically, the Portuguese version of the PlayStation 4, because obviously I am in Portugal, and I will be making comparisons with stuff from America, for instance, from the launch in the USA, because I feel that there's a lot of stuff that I need to touch on, because whereas a lot of people just go and buy the console and get all excited about it and make videos about that, I'm actually looking at this from an analytical standpoint and trying to compare it with the way that it launched in other locations, like I said, in the US and all that kind of stuff. So just bear that in mind. I'm going to be talking about stuff that I've experienced being in Portugal, which might not necessarily apply to everywhere around the world. Okay, just keep that in mind. So, just the first thing, I did not preload or download the update. So as soon as we connected the console, the first thing that is said, oh, we got to download this update, got to do this thing. And I'm just like, yeah, fine. I already expected that because everybody was already talking about the day one update and all that jazz. I did not expect the PlayStation servers to be overloaded because, to be honest, if there's going to be a bunch of people paying for PlayStation Plus, most likely there's going to have to be a bigger investment in servers and whatnot. So I did not think there would be a problem with that. And also, I didn't really find like an official link in the blog from Europe, because I actually looked it up and I didn't find any official links in that particular blog. Now, I didn't really look too hard, if I'm to be honest, but I did find some blog somewhere, but it was not official. It had links to what seemed to be Sony links, but I'm like, I'm not really feeling that, so I'm not really even going to touch that. So either way, I plugged in my console, hooked it up to the internet, started downloading the update. The update went flawlessly, no issues. My console did not get bricked or anything like that. It was perfectly fine. And after the update, I start configuring the console and all that. So you sign in with your PlayStation Network account or whatever. I think I had to do some settings before I did the PlayStation Network account, which was kind of weird. But either way, very first thing, language. Which language do you want to use in your console? And I'm like, I want to use English. Because here's the thing, despite the fact that I live in Portugal and that I speak Portuguese and all that stuff, I use English on everything. Like my operating system in my computer is in English, my iPhone's in English, everything that I use the English language. Because like I told you guys, I'm always trying to improve my English language. Therefore, I try to use everything in English. So I start going through stuff. And right after I choose the English the language that I want my console to be in, it starts spewing out text in Portuguese, like all these other configurations that I had to do, and it was all in Portuguese. And I was like, what the hell? Are you serious? Like, you just told me to ask you what language I want to use, and now you're just spewing out Portuguese regardless? Like, what was the point of this exercise? Why did you just not give me Portuguese language by default in there? Either way, if you guys look into my PlayStation right now, because this is something that I want to show you guys, as you can see, I can record PlayStation 4. I told you guys I would be able to do it because of the setup that I have for the PlayStation 3 and whatnot. It's probably illegal in some countries, but it's like, look, whatever. They're going to turn the HDCP thing off anyway, so it's pretty damn pointless. Either way, as you can see, this is what the PlayStation 4 screen looks like. Now, something that I have to be honest, I don't like something in this particular screen, which is the fact that I can't order these things. It's like it's by order of usage or something. Like the last thing that you played is the thing that shows up closest to the start. And I'll be honest, I would like to just press triangle like you used to be able to put the press on the PlayStation 3. You could press triangle and you could like switch things and you had options and whatnot. And this one you have to actually press the options button, but still I can't really do anything. I can remove the disc, the current disc that I have in there is knack because it's the only game that I haven't played yet. So I decided to install it before I started this particular video. So the only thing I can do is I can either delete the data that's already on there, remove the disc, read health and safety information, I guess, which I don't really care that much about, and more information, which I guess this is going to tell me how much this occupies on disk. Yay, 39 gigs. It was actually pretty fast to install for 39 gigs, I have to admit that. But either way, as you can see, there's currently no way to actually reorder this thing, which is kind of annoying. But either way, if you get too many games or too many tiles or whatever and your thing just becomes way too long, you can go to the library. But the thing is, the library is all the way at the very bottom. So by the time you get there, you might as well find the thing that you were looking for. Either way, the library gives you a different view of your icons. Now, see, this could be a little bit faster, I feel. I mean, isn't this supposed to be next generation awesome processors and amazing GDDR5 memory? Why does it take so long to sort through these 4 things? And like, what's this? This isn't even all my games. I don't know what's going on. I thought library is supposed to have all my games. It's got Resogun, Contrast, Warframe, and Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is not even the CD that's in there. Okay. I honestly don't even know what the library is supposed to do then. I haven't checked out the browser yet. I've checked out live from PlayStation. This just shows you a bunch of Twitch streams that are coming from other PlayStations. The Playroom, which is useless if you don't have the camera, which I did not buy the camera. And a bunch of games. Either way, this is your start screen on the PlayStation. Your friends list is a lot more... It is a lot more robust. I've been accepting all the friend requests. As you can see, friend requests now there is at 0. Currently, I have 146 people now on my friends list because you can actually break 100 now. I think you can go all the way up to 2,000, so it's pretty sweet. I like the fact that there's also messages work in a different way, like they actually show up. Oh, yeah, Portuguese people are going to love this one. This was me testing out my iPhone app. I was just trying to test it out with a friend of mine, and either way, it works like an IM thing now. If you actually look at this, it works kind of like an IM. So if I was to send a message here, it would show up beneath all the messages that were sent, so that was pretty good. Oops, I did not mean to start NAC, but either way, the good thing is that it's actually very added to downloads. Also, I've got a little bit of a sniffle, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, I should be able to. Yeah, there we go. Close application. Yes, it's very responsive when it comes to closing applications and whatnot, but the streaming functionality that they spoke of, that you're going to be able to play a game whilst you're installing it, the game actually stutters a little bit while you're doing that. It is not as responsive as I would expect, to be completely honest. As a matter of fact, a lot of times I would even be thinking, is this good for the console? The fact that I'm playing this game while it's installing, because it's like it's stuttering, and I don't feel comfortable with my brand new console stuttering on a video game. But I don't know. It works. Sure, it works. We've played Killzone Shadowfall while it was installing, me and a friend of mine. We also played Call of Duty Ghosts while it was installing, I think. Well, we ran it. We didn't really play it because he wanted to play online, and you couldn't play online until the installation finished. What else did we play? I don't think we actually played anything else while it was installing. So we tested it with Killzone Shadowfall. It works, but like I said, it stutters. I also noticed that while NAC was installing, at the first, 30 or 40% of the installation process, like even this menu was stuttering, like it would freeze while NAC was installing, and I was like, whoa. I don't know, it just doesn't seem as responsive as they promised. So yeah, there's that. There's also the new trophy system thing that if you guys look here, it's going to tell you like the rarity of certain trophies. Like, let me see. If we go into Dragon's Crown, earn all trophies, ultra rare, 2.1%. Let's see if I have anything rare, actually. No, it looks like all the stuff that I have is like 60. Oh, Talis Master. Really? Not everyone has only 46% of people obtained all the talismans? That means that only 46% of people finished the game. That is so disappointing. Wow, very rare. Complete the game as a dwarf. 9.4% of people complete game as dwarfs. Yeah, but it's definitely interesting that they have the rarity thing there. I really, really like that. It's a neat little feature for those people that are addicted to the trophies and whatnot. Like, I'm not that into trophies. Sure, I like getting trophies. I did the whole trophy thing for Dark Souls. Dark Souls is probably one of the few games that I've actually platinum. Platinum. I have the platinum trophy on. But yeah, so other things. Let's talk about PlayStation Plus. And why do I want to talk about PlayStation Plus? Well, for starters, let me just show you something. If you look at the screen right now, you see this thing, what's new? And in Portugal, apparently nothing is new. Because I'm clicking, I'm pressing buttons, nothing's happening. Nothing is showing down there. And you're like, so what's that thing for? I'll show you guys that thing in a couple of seconds. But first, let's address the PlayStation Plus thing. So, as you guys in the United States are aware, everyone who bought a PlayStation 4 in the United States got 1 month of PlayStation Plus. Now, for starters, I'm curious about one thing because they never really specify these kind of things, which is, do you get an additional month of PlayStation Plus? Like, what if you're already a subscriber of PlayStation Plus? Do you get an additional month of PlayStation Plus? Is that what happens? Or do you get a trial month of PlayStation Plus, which means if you already have PlayStation Plus, in reality, you get absolutely nothing. Now, I'm not sure what happened in the States because the articles that talk about that kind of stuff, they don't really specify if you get an extra month or if you just get the trial month, which in case you have the subscription doesn't work. Now, but in Europe, when I was at the store, I thought you were going to get a month, even if it was just a trial month. That's fine. I don't care. I'm completely neutral in that whole thing. Like, sure, it would be nice of them to think more of PlayStation Plus subscribers and give them an extra month. As a matter of fact, look, if you're already a PlayStation Plus subscriber, to thank you for our loyalty, we'll give you 2 months or something like that, or an additional 15 days on top of the month, something like that. That's what you would expect. But no, usually you get the trials. But either way, I'm not even talking about that. But if you actually buy the PlayStation 4 in Europe, you don't get a month. You get 14 days of PlayStation Plus. And I think that's a big deal because let's face it, whether the PlayStation 3 had more success in the States or in Europe, I'm sorry, I think the answer would be Europe. Therefore, you would think, well, Europe are more faithful customers, therefore they should, get some benefits. But no, the thinking is actually, well, we need to get some additional market share on the States, therefore we're going to give more cool stuff to the people that live in the States to get them to buy our console. And there's absolutely no reward for loyalty, so to speak, for customer loyalty, which to me would seem like it would be something that they should work on. Now, let's look at this store. For starters, first complaint, look, I want my console in English. Why is my store in Portuguese? Like, my audience is not going to understand a damn thing of what's happening here. At least most of the stuff that's happening here. And then you look at this store, right? What's this? Like, how many options we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 options in Portugal. What the hell just happened? I don't think I pressed anything. It just... Whoa. I don't know what's going on. It's just getting out of the store for no reason. Like, I'm not... Is it motion censored? No, it's not. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm not doing anything. It's just the thing is exiting from the store for whatever reason. And again, okay, I guess I don't get to show you guys the Portuguese store. I did wanted to show you something. Like if you actually go to the PlayStation Plus thing. Okay, it looks like it's actually staying. So on PlayStation Plus, you get access to Resogun and Contrast, and that's pretty much what you get if you look. PlayStation Plus, it tells you about the options that you can subscribe to PlayStation Plus. Currently, I'm already subscribed to PlayStation Plus. I have PlayStation Plus all the way to June 2014 or July 2014. I'm not even sure. But either way, this is what you get on the PlayStation Plus Portuguese store. You get Resogun, you get Contrast, which is, in all fairness, is the same thing that you get when you go to other stores. And you get some exclusive discounts, which means you get some discount in Super Motherload, Trine 2, and you get this Assassin's Creed Aveline figurehead, which I don't even know what that is because I barely played Assassin's Creed. So yeah, you get a couple of discounts here. To be honest, the Trine 2 discount isn't that amazing to begin with, but either way, you get the updates from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, which there we go. That you get for, well, what? Wow. The Portuguese store is actually worse than I thought. Like I was thinking that it was actually going to work better than this. Either way, you can also download Warframe. And I want to talk about Warframe because you guys noticed that when we went to the PlayStation Plus, there's no mention of Warframe here, right? That's because supposedly you can actually play Warframe without PlayStation Plus. I cannot confirm nor deny because I'm already subscribed to PlayStation Plus. But either way, supposedly you can download Warframe without PlayStation Plus, and there's absolutely no benefit in having PlayStation Plus if you're in Portugal. Now, I'm not exactly sure how it is, for instance, in the UK, if it's different. I actually tried creating a UK account to see if it was different or how it worked in the UK. but I couldn't. For whatever reason, I wasn't able to create a UK account. I was, however, able to create a US account. So let's have a look at that, shall we? Let's have a look at what the US has that we don't. So if you press over here, you can actually log out of PlayStation 4. Also, please notice anyone that is watching this that might be some kind of person at Sony or whatever. I do not use a US account. I created a US account for testing only. Now look at that. On the US account, there's actually stuff on the What's New. Look at that. It says, oh look, you can buy Killzone Shadowfall. It has got some publicity about the PlayStation Store. Step into living, breathing worlds. Looks like you can see something in regards to Destiny. Oh, there's actually like a trailer for Destiny and stuff. That's kind of cool. Now, don't pay any attention to like any occasional stuttering or anything, because simply my internet that I'm using right now is a piece of crap. But either way, there's a couple of things that you can actually do here on the What's New thing. You can also see that I've changed my avatar. I've played Resogun. You know, it's kind of a neat little screen. On the Portuguese side of things, you get nothing. Zilch. Either way, you got the same games. This is actually important for some people. You can actually play games from different regions with a different account. Like, for instance, this is NAC for EU, more specifically NAC for Portugal. And I can actually just go ahead and play it on a US account. Now, this is good because it means you can actually buy stuff with different accounts and have everything working on the same PlayStation the same way it did on the PlayStation 3. Now, look at this. I'm just hovering over NAC, and there's all these other options that show all these other cool things. In Portugal, you got nothing. I wasn't even aware of this particular feature because I had just been like checking stuff super fast. But look, it's got so much cool stuff going on the US side of things. I mean, I don't. It doesn't even matter if all you want to do is play games. Let's be honest. But in reality, it's a lot cooler. There's so many cool things that they get that we don't. Obviously, they're also going to get Netflix and all that other stuff, but that you can't get that in Portugal, at least. I'm not sure if you can get it in other places in Europe, but I definitely know that you cannot get Netflix in Portugal. Now, let's have a look at the store, shall we? Now, you guys have seen the European store. Oh, look at this. Look at all this cool stuff we got. We got games, we got movies, we got TV shows, you got apps. There's not even apps on the European store. You got the PS3, the PS4, which on the Portuguese store, I couldn't even find this. And here it's just working fine. Also, please note that the store is ridiculously more responsive, despite the fact that it's actually communicating with the United States as opposed to European servers or Portuguese servers or whatever. Look, it's tons times more responsive, and it's not crashing. Amazing. Now, the one thing that I also wanted to show you here is let's go to PlayStation Plus, right? Let's see what PlayStation Plus got. Okay, we got Resogun. Oh, look, it's already loading up a video and everything. It's cool. You got Contrast. Oh, what's this? Warframe on PlayStation Plus? What's a starter pack? Oh, interesting. What's this? Now, I'm actually acting surprised, but I'm not surprised. I saw this before. Let's have a look here. So, PlayStation Plus Starter Pack. PlayStation Plus members will get a head start in Warframe with a free PlayStation Plus Starter Pack. This free collection of high-end gear opens up your choices earlier in the game by offering the ability to add new Warframes, weapons, equipment, and upgrades. So you get 100 platinum, which is in-game currency, plus 50,000 credits. Now, if you actually go to my Warframe, which I already played, you get like, I think I have like maybe 10 platinum and 3,000 credits or something. You get the Falcon Mod card pack, 5 random mod cards to begin upgrading your Warframes and weapons right away. You get a 3-day affinity booster. This means that your weapons and stuff will level up faster. 3-day credit booster. You can gather credits faster for 3 days. Boosters will be activated upon logging on to Warframe. So if you're in the US and you play Warframe, you get all this cool stuff. If you have PlayStation Plus, which, let's face it, everybody who has a PlayStation 4 right now has PlayStation Plus, regardless if you're a subscriber or if you got the trial thing. Unless you're a subscriber whose PlayStation Plus subscription has expired, at which point you probably don't have PlayStation Plus. Either way, you get a whole bunch of bonuses if you're in the US. In Europe, or at least in Portugal, I got absolutely nothing. So yeah, you can maybe say that I'm a little bit bitter But in reality, I'm just a little bit disappointed. Like, look, this is a lot cooler than my store. Like, if I go to games, look at all the games that they show up in here. They have a list of all the games that you can buy, all the games that you can download. I haven't even checked out Black Light Retribution because I've heard it's actually pretty bad on the PS4, but I don't know. I haven't tried it. I mean, you see the difference here? Like, if I had known this was like this, I was really expecting, I had hoped that with the PlayStation 4, they would have actually changed some of this stuff, that there would be more equilibrium, so to speak, in between the different PlayStation stores. I mean, every time that I make a PlayStation Plus incoming video and I see someone from the States complaining about, Europe is getting all this stuff and we're not really getting anything. I mean, just really, come on, guys. Either way, apart from that, it seems that everything is pretty much in parity. I'm going to switch back to my main account now. But it is just so sad to me that, like, on the US, they have all these amazing features that I really don't have access to. And it's like, it's not even like game-breaking features, but it's just like, look, just the fact that you can go into NAC, and there's a little overview thing that pops down, and it tells you stuff that's happening with NAC, and it shows you trailers, and it's so much more interactive. And here you got nothing. You go to the what's new. Nothing's new. Everything's old. It's not like you just bought your next generation console and there's a ton of new stuff. No, there's nothing. At this point, I sound like a bitter old man, really. But either way, I think I've pretty much talked about everything that I wanted to address. So let's actually talk about how the console works. So in terms of actually working and playing video games, the console works fine. Whether or not you should buy the console right now depends on whether or not you like the games that you see here. If you think you're going to enjoy NAC, which I'm going to be making videos about every single one of these games, but I'm going to be making individual videos to show you guys the games themselves. But if you think you like NAC, most likely you should probably get it because NAC seems like it's going to be a decent title. You got Contrast, you got Assassin's Creed 4, which, I mean, people should know by now if they like Assassin's Creed 4 or not, but count on a video on that. You got Warframe. Now, Warframe is not up to par with PC just yet. They're working on that. They're working on Update 11. And once Update 11 hits, supposedly what I read on forums, I just checked forums really fast, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to migrate your stuff from the PC to the PlayStation, and at that point, the accounts are going to become synchronized, which means that everything you do on the PlayStation will show back up on your PC and vice versa. Because I actually saw a post last night that said that wasn't going to happen. And then today I saw another post that said supposedly it is going to happen. It is going to be part of the feature set. I still want to make sure that that is going to happen once the update hits. So I'll be sure to leave Warframe here and report back on that particular fact. You also got Lego Marvel Superheroes. It actually looks like a pretty fun game. I got Call of Duty Ghosts, Resogun, which is just like, to me, one of the best PlayStation 4 titles. And you got Killzone Shadowfall. Now, in terms of the controller, which is something I haven't really talked about that much, as you can see, the DualShock 4 here, I have only good things to say about it. I love the controller. I love the new controller. I love the new triggers. The triggers are friggin' amazing. I love the fact that the analog sticks are actually a little bit further apart. That's good because they're not as close and get a little bit more room. The analog sticks feel a lot better than the DualShock 3. The buttons feel fine. The D-pad feels fine as well. The thing is, I would very much like to have a fighting game, which I currently do not have to test the D-pad because obviously fighting games are the best games to test your D-pad on. But yeah, these are my first impressions of the PlayStation 4. I mean, I don't regret buying the console. I'm just kind of sad with the way that there is such a huge disparity of features in between the different markets, Europe or maybe just Portugal and United States, which is the reason why I wanted to have a UK account to see if they have the what's new stuff working and whatnot, but I wasn't able to do that. So there is still a big disparity in that kind of stuff, which, like I said, it's just a little bit disappointing for me, really. But in terms of launching games and whatnot and playing video games, the console works fine. I've had no issues whatsoever apart from the stuttering while the game is actually installing. So whether or not you should buy a PlayStation 4 is basically based around, do you like the launch lineup? because right now, if you do not like the launch lineup, there's probably not that many reasons for you to buy the console. Me personally, I bought it mostly for working reasons so that I could report to you guys everything. And to me, this game right here that you guys are watching, which is Resogun, this is one of the best games that you have at the moment for the console. So I'm going to show you guys just a little bit of it, but then I will make a full-on video. Oops. I totally just prematurely popped the bomb. I'm not sure how this is going to show up on video because, like I've said before, I do believe that it's going to be very hard to translate this particular game to YouTube due to the sheer amount of particle effects that's going on and particles that are going... Oh, crap. Thank you very much. How do you throw the human? Ooh, totally messed that up. I thought that throwing humans was L2. Turns out it might not be. It looks like I still saved that human. But this to me is one of the games that I've had the most fun with on the console so far. But I can't wait to show you guys other games like Killzone Shadowfall and all that other stuff. So I'm actually gonna get to work on those. And my first impressions of the PlayStation 4, like just in conclusion, it's a great console, it's a great machine. I just feel that the service end of it needs a lot of work in Europe because currently there's a huge disparity from Europe to the US, and that is just my main criticism because we've had this disparity in the PlayStation 3 already, which at the time was already kind of disappointing, and now we keep on having that disparity with the PlayStation 4, which is something that I thought wasn't really going to happen. Either way, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for a lot more PlayStation coverage incoming, and I will see you guys in the next one.